This is Brent of the Brookbush Institute, and in this video I'm going to bring you guys a very challenging progression for the row. I'm going to have my friend Jeremy come out and demonstrate the rope row. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to demonstrate something that looks like a suspension row with the two sides of the rope. And all I've done here, guys, is take a battle rope and flung it around like a monkey bar or high pull-up bar you could use at your gym. So Jay's done suspension rows before. He's going to dorsiflex for me, so he's rocking back on his heels. His body line's going to be nice and straight. Feet hip forward and hip width. Feet forward and hip width. Glutes tight, drawn in. And then you can see as he rows, he's retracting his scapula nice. As he comes forward, his scapula are protracting, so we're getting nice scapular motion. And this looks great. The challenge of this progression is the rope makes it a lot harder on your grip. So don't get too far back. I know what you're doing, right? So the farther he goes towards horizontal, the more resistance we have, and the more vertical he is, the less resistance he has. But this is one of those progressions where all of a sudden you're like, this is easy. Brent, what are you doing to me? And then like rep 12 comes around and you're like, forearms, okay? But still that looked way too easy for Jeremy, who we've been trying to abuse all day with these videos. So we're gonna try something, you're welcome. We're gonna try something even harder. So let's go to one rope, both hands, one over the other. All right, and same thing, guys, nice kinetic chain checkpoints, feet forward, hip width. He's dorsiflexed, so he's rocking on his heels, his glutes are tight. He's drawn in. Good. And just this alone is actually more challenging. Don't ask me why, I'm not totally sure, but this is definitely more challenging to have both hands on one rope. But here's what I started thinking. I started thinking, well, if I have my right hand on top, then I'm going to need to do half my reps this way and then half my reps this way. Right? So make sure you switch. Good. Keep going. And then when I was doing these, I said, well, wait a second. What if every time I got to the top of my rep, right, so the end of the concentric phase, I switched my top hand to the bottom, all right? He gets to the top. Good. Top hand to bottom. And you notice you start lowering yourself down. So each rep gets a little harder. And you keep going until you can't possibly let yourself down anymore without losing it, or think you can't get back up, and then you move your bottom hand to the top, and you come back. And of course it gets easier, you get just a little bit of rest, you take a deep breath, and you go back the other way again. Yes, keep going. And all of a sudden you're like, oh man, this is, and then of course rather than just reps, we could go, okay, I want you to do 3 rounds like that, all the way down. First couple times you do this, this is one of those what I call deceptively hard exercises. Yeah. Everybody's like, oh, this is easy. And then you get back and forth a couple times, you're like, no. This is not so easy anymore. But I do have one harder variation than this.
Let's do it.
You sure?
I'm ready.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna have you do. You're on your way down.
Yeah.
I want you to one arm it.
Okay.
2 arms for the concentric, 1 arm for the eccentric, right? And you're still doing the one hand under the other.
Okay.
All right, so now we're doubling the load on the eccentric phase, which if you guys know any of the research on hypertrophy training, good job. Any of the research on hypertrophy training, you know those eccentric loads matter a lot. We get a lot more hypertrophy from eccentrics. So I want him nice and slow and controlled like he is. That's amazing, Jay. Good job. Oh yeah, let's try to get one more. Good, come on, you got this. Oh, that was one too far. That was one too far. My bad. You were right. But if you go down on the eccentrics with one arm and then pull back up with the concentrics, you guys are kind of like doubling that eccentric load and really pushing yourself a little further. Of course, if we wanted to do some crazy drop set, you ready for this? You gonna shake it out one more time?
Yeah, one more time.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Good.
To go.
You ready?
Let's go.
You ready? You guys have to try this. This is, like I said, deceptively hard. People look at this and they're like, I got it. And then they start doing these progressions and they just fall apart. 4 to 6 weeks of this, and you'll be surprised at how much stronger you get and how easy some other stuff you were doing, like pull-ups and rows, start feeling. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna do eccentrics on the way down. Right, so one arm eccentrics on the way down and come back up. And then when you can't do that anymore, you'll go back to 2 arms.
Am I switching hands?
Yeah, and you're gonna keep switching hands.
Okay.
And then when you can't do 2 arms anymore, I want you to keep going as long as you can, as vertical as you need to be.
Okay.
So this is like the ultimate calisthenic drop set, right? So he's got, see, unilateral eccentric, good. Unilateral eccentric, good. Unilateral eccentric, good. Unilateral eccentric, good. Try to keep that chest up, try to keep retracting. All right, go back to 2 arms, all right? So 2 arms down, good. When you come back to the top, hand up. There you go, come back to the top, hand up, come back to the top, hand up, good. And let's go back down a couple. I think you got a little more on you. Come on, up, switch it back down, up, switch it back down, up, switch it back down. Good, come back up, come on, up, there you go. Up, there you go. But you're not done yet, come on, up, right there, stay right there, right there.
Yeah.
Good, 10 more reps, go. There we go. All right, so you guys can kind of see how I went from unilateral to bilateral to staying vertical as a drop set that's just absolutely killer. You can go ahead and relax. Guys, it's challenging. Get on top of this. Jeremy, thanks. Nice job. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments box below.